What's going on, everybody? This is Dan French, and this is my startup. We'll say it's a test run podcast. We're going to talk a lot about Bitcoin. I'm with Chuckett's team, and we do a lot of business. I'm also here in studio with Brett Jenny, who's on Chuckett's team, and we're here going to talk about a little bit about Bitcoin and what's been going on with that. And as you guys know, this is the first live stream that we're doing. And what's happening is we are going to talk a lot about financing on this show. We're going to talk a lot about what's going on in Las Vegas. Also, what's happening, let's say, in the real estate world, but not so much on real estate. We're going to really try to lean more towards the financing part of this. So let me say this, Brett. Kind of talk to me about what's happening with cryptocurrency right now, why there's a big boom going on.
Well, the easy answer is because of supply and demand.
Well,
I mean, really, that's what people all the time ask me. They say, well, how do you know what the price, how do you determine what the price of Bitcoin is? How do you determine what the price of Litecoin or other cryptocurrency is?
Yeah.
It's real simple. It's supply and demand. So right now there's a huge demand for it. And the supply of it is limited. Mm-hmm. So there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin that will ever be made. And I would say probably 75% of it has already been mined right now, which means it's already been produced.
And what other forms of Bitcoin do you have out there right now where you can
So there's only one Bitcoin, but you mean cryptocurrencies.
Oh, I'm sorry, cryptocurrencies, my fault. Yeah.
Cryptocurrencies. So here's a good way of looking at it. Bitcoin is like gold.
Okay.
And there's other cryptocurrencies out there which you could look at as a sense of
Give me some names.
the euro versus an American dollar versus other currencies. So in this sense, like Litecoin, Link, Ripple, things of that effect. Now, here's where the value comes into play. First of all, it's the Wild West, in a sense, with these smaller currencies.
Right.
And currencies is just a vague way of what you're doing is basically it's an idea, right?
Okay.
So a person or a company is putting together a blockchain that they think will serve a utility purpose for something down the road. Mm-hmm. And it's like anything, right? Why did Google survive? Why did Microsoft survive? Blah, blah, blah. Because they all provided a certain service or solved a certain problem, right?
So this was like secret though, right? Like this was something that somebody created and then for a while.
Well, Bitcoin. So all this is an offshoot of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is blockchain, right?
Yes, right.
But it's basically a computer protocol. The idea of an alternative currency has been out there for ages.
So if you're out there though, but let me say this, is it a way to invest your money? Like I think a lot of people are looking for where's the safe haven to plant my money.
If you believe it's the future, it's the easiest and soundest way to make money. The last bull run that happened at the end of 2017, when Bitcoin got up to $20,000, there were people who bought Bitcoin at $5, dude.
Uh-huh.
They were like a delivery pizza driver. And within 2 years, they're retired millionaires.
Do you have a crystal ball for that, right? Nobody does.
Nobody does. So that's what I'm saying is we're even further along that line of acceptance and turning the corner now than we were when I first started getting into it 3 years ago.
Okay.
We're even the demand, and that's why you're seeing right now. And it went from 16,500 to what, 3 weeks later, 24,000. Mm-hmm. And it's just getting started. The highest high it ever had was in December of 2017 was 20,000.
I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of these people that I speak with always say, I'm going to just dabble a little bit of money into it just to see what happens. So
they should.
You don't have to go buy a whole coin.
So
right?
Exactly. So that's why crypto, part of what's taken off so much right now is you're having financial advisors on CNBC every day when I watch, or hedge fund investors or portfolio managers.
Yeah, but let me ask you, how long ago was it that it was at one Bitcoin was like $4,000?
March.
See, think about that. So
that's what I'm saying. So you want to know, is it a good investment? I don't know, dude. If you bought it in March, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, it was $4,000. Now it's 24. When I bought Litecoin, it was the idea of, I don't really know what cryptocurrency is.
Yeah.
Okay. When I went to buy it, Coinbase was the main place where you bought it. There were now they have like 15 or 20 of them on there.
Yeah.
When I went there were 3, dude. Mm-hmm. There was Bitcoin, there was Ethereum, and there was Litecoin. Bitcoin was like, at the time, was like 18,000, Ethereum was like 600 something, I think, or 500 something.
Yeah.
And Litecoin was $109.
Yeah, but will they make more? So like, there's a lot of how many cryptocurrencies would you say that's out there right now? How many different?
Man.
There's a few, right?
No, so here's the thing. There's a ton, but the main point of it is to get it listed on an exchange.
Okay.
So, or like Link. Mm-hmm. Link is a coin where the use case on it is it takes all of the documents that exist in this world. This is just one example of what you can do with it, right? Mm-hmm. Say there's all these documents, and like you as a lender, you have all these lender documents, all these loan documents, all these papers, whatever it is, blah, blah, and it's all stored digital. First, it was in warehouses and boxes, and then we had the digital age, and then it went all digital.
Yes.
Now it's on your computer, right?
Yeah.
What this does is it takes all of that information and it puts it in the blockchain.
I see. People want to know where to invest their money, and I think there's a lot of people that don't really know what.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And I'll tell you why those 3. Mm-hmm. Bitcoin, because it's basically digital gold, right? So that's your store of value.
Okay.
Bitcoin, you don't want to actually go out and use because its use case is lacking. Mm-hmm. What I mean by someone wants to buy a house, say they want to pay $600,000 for a house.
Yep.
And they're going to pay for it with Bitcoin. It would take like 22 hours for all of that Bitcoin to be transferred over for $600,000. Mm-hmm. If you use Litecoin, it would take 2 minutes. Litecoin is how you're able to spend that Bitcoin and make payments. It's going to be the payment system, I believe. Like right now, you can go to Dunkin' Donuts and pay with Litecoin.
Yeah.
Right now, the demand is so high because you have institutions like Twitter. They're buying $50, $75 million Bitcoin at a time. PayPal buying $150 million worth of Bitcoin. Why do you think they're buying that form?
Yeah,
why do you think they're buying Bitcoin? Because they understand that's how the future payment system of the whole internet and the world is going to be.
What is something that you would tell somebody, though, that would be a good starting point? Like $200?
Whatever you can afford, whatever you're comfortable with losing. Take 10% of what you have invested anywhere, financially, whatever it is, and stick it into that.
How much would you put into, if you had a portfolio, you had money to actually invest?
I have a portfolio right now, and I would say probably 75% of what I have are in stocks.
Wow. Why is that?
The other 25% is in crypto. Believers like me, I think it's going well past $1 million someday. Will it get there overnight? No, but it'll be 50 grand first, then 100 grand, because you're talking about something that is going to be the world's going to run on for a current. I believe the world's going to run on it. It's going to be the world's currency.
How many years though? I mean, this can't be
within probably 20, 30 years. But either way, Chuck has tried bringing that to me. Either way, even if it's 80 years from now, every year we're getting closer to that than we are away from that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's like we're going to be at a certain point where the most valued asset financially in the world is going to be a Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And there's only going to be a certain number made. That means that even every millionaire in the world will not even be able to own one full Bitcoin.